Julan true citizens, and welcome to the Priority One Republic livestream, multicasting live via Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Twitch on the 9th of May 2020. I'm your host Winters, and tonight we are holding our intelligence briefing at the New Romulus Command Center instance number 4. Joining me tonight are my two co-hosts, Rikers, and special guest host, Selik. Selik, welcome to the show. We're delighted to have you on.
Hi. It's great to be here.
Yeah, I've been so excited for this coming up all during the week. I was really looking forward to the show, so it's absolutely brilliant to have you on here. How's the week been for you, the last 7 days?
It's been pretty good.
Awesome.
Managed to actually sleep for once.
Very good, very good. Yeah, I know what it can be like when, oh God. I think like my record for, like not being able to get to sleep is like 72 hours, but like I was seeing things, after that length of time without sleep. I was on a whole other level.
Wow.
It wasn't good at all, but yeah, I think that's my record anyway. Rikers, how are you doing, dude? How's the last 7 days been for you?
It's been alright, just playing a lot of games with the kids, having helping them with online homework and whatnot, but yeah, it's been interesting.
Awesome. And have you been able to take much advantage of the double XP at all?
Oh, yes. Very late in the early mornings for me.
Gotcha. Well, welcome to everyone that's tuning in tonight. Advisory Panda is chatting, the Bogan One, Chuck Trek, Jason Smith, Teacher Guy, did I say Ray Boschborg? Who else have we got here? We got Tony on a Mountain, Jaquita Seal. My God, there's so many of you here. I want to say a special welcome to Thul Quarnan. Sorry, by the way, I'm known as the Butcher of Names, so I'm probably butchering that name. Thul Quarnan, Tamarath72, and Mr. McHugh. All of whom have just followed our channel within the last few minutes on Twitch. So welcome, guys. Thanks a million for tuning in. We really appreciate your support. I see Farnsworth says, the butcher is alive. The butcher's alive. Yes, the butcher is here. Anyway, Selik, could you tell us what we have planned for tonight's show, please?
I can indeed. During our intelligence briefing, we will be discussing the latest Star Trek Online news, so pour yourself some Khalifa and join us at the New Romulus Command Center Instance 4. We will share the latest Priority One Republic news and highlight some of our outstanding citizens within our community. With the briefing concluded, cloak your ships and warp to the Undine Space Battle Zone for our weekly away mission to destroy the Undine, defend the Republic, and most importantly, earn some dilithium. Your characters need to be level 50 to join.
Before we go any further, let's kick off our first giveaway. Now, this prize, items that we're giving away now were very generously donated to us by Grand MGT. Thank you so much for donating this prize, and I'm just getting everything set up here because I am slow. What we want you to do, guys, for a chance at 5 Lockbox Master Keys, which were very generously donated to us by Granda MGT, we want you to type in the word Stuart into the chat now. It doesn't matter if you're watching on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Type in the word Stuart into the chat now, and that will enter yourself in with the chance of winning 5 Lockbox Master Keys. So good luck, everyone.
The Priority One Republic wants to hear from you in game. So join us on our Priority One chat channel by typing in the chat box /channel_join space Priority One, all one word, then hit that enter key. And if you want to become a member of our greater Priority One community by heading over to PriorityOneArmada.com to sign up, we sure appreciate it. We have multiple Federation and KDF fleets for you to start your career in the Priority One Armada Republic.
Oh my God, he's dying. He's got the COVID-19. He's got the COVID-19. Run!
Bury me out there in space. Throw me in the sun.
Right. If you're interested in picking up some cool Priority 1 Armada swag, then check out our Armada-themed merchandise, available now at our Cafe Press store. The store has items ranging from mugs to mousepads, t-shirts to hoodies, and loads more. Links to the store can be found on our website and Twitch page.
Okay, so it's been a fairly busy week for our allies and the Republic to review. So let's get started. And Rikers, tell us all about the Research and Development and Junior Officer Weekend, please.
Yes, so announced the return of the R&D and Junior Officer Weekend at the same time. To give captains a bonus on advancing their ranks in the R&D schools of their choice, and bonus commendation XP for completing any duty officer assignment. The event's already started. It started on the 7th, but it's going to end on the 11th at 10 a.m. Pacific, so make sure you take full advantage of it. Some of the benefits, I'm not going to go all over them. If you want to check more, you can check StarTrekOnline.com. But some of the key ones here are the benefits for this event is that all R&D packs in the game give out an extra 25% of the items received from Q R&D material rewards packs. Doesn't matter if you do it in normal, advanced, or elite. But you do also get a chance to be awarded Catalyst, so that's a good thing. To finish the R&D schools as fast as possible, you should seek out harvest nodes, which are located on the mission map throughout STO, which will not only dispense 2 extra R&D materials each time they are used, but will also reward 10 dilithium ore and a chance to give out an R&D catalyst during this event. Captains working for the R&D projects during this event will be awarded an additional 50% of the appropriate research and development project school XP. This includes projects that make components as well as those to make items. For completing duty officer assignments, you'll automatically gain a 50% increase in all commendation XP earned. And then, of course, you'll receive a free special purple quality duty officer with a unique active roster power by speaking to your duty officer contact after completing the event. And this is the junior officer event we're talking about here. So for Starfleet officers and Romulan allies, you guys will get the engineering exocomp duty officer, and for KDF and Romulan allies, you'll get the Ringman duty officer. So guys, good luck, good hunting, and let us know how you do.
So, when you think about it, it's very unusual, all right? So we've got an R&D weekend, also a junior officer weekend, and double XP is still going on at the moment. So there's like 3 different things going on at the same time. So we'll start off with Selleck. Have you been taking advantage of any of this? Have you got any characters that can benefit from the R&D, or have you maybe been working on duty officer side of things to earn commendation XP at all?
I have been using the weekend for the duty officers because I am sadly lacking in those.
Right.
But I finished R&D schools a long time ago, and I don't intend to do much with them.
Right. Gotcha. How about you, Rikers? Have you been able to take much advantage of either of these 2 events at all with any of your characters?
Oh, yes. Surprisingly, I decided to make yet another character. That's, I don't know, about 40 or so now. And I'm just like leveling really fast, and I'm loving it because I'm getting all those benefits really quick, plus all those items I got from the temporal and the gamma events. So it's just like, oh yes, it's beautiful.
Awesome. So I've got a couple of characters that are still leveling up R&D because I bring every character up to level 15 so that they unlock the traits in case I ever want them, and some of the traits are pretty good. But I haven't been doing as much with the duty officer weekend that's been going on. And so I started thinking about this when they done the first 3-week long event, which was bonus marks. I don't really like these weekend events because
They're too short?
I think they're too short. You don't get to take advantage of them. Not unless you were living on Star Trek Online and doing nothing else. Then sure, you'd be able to get, a fair bit of progress done. But I think most people, they have an hour or a couple of hours to play Star Trek Online. And I think, and maybe this just might be the player or the gamer coming out in me, but if they turned events into week-long events, that'd be so much better. So take your, Dilithium weekend, all right? You only have, 3 or 4 days to do your mining. Because when you do those missions, they go on a 20-hour cooldown. So that's only 3 or 4 times that you get to take advantage of it. It's not an awful lot. Whereas if it was a week, then sure, you've got 7 days that you can go to the mine and do your mining. And that changes things a little. Same thing with duty officer weekends. You set up a couple of 20-hour duty officer missions on a character. You can only do that 3 or 4 times, and you're not really benefiting from a whole lot of XP. And I think that they really should consider maybe doing away with weekends and doing week-long events, 7-day-long events. And I don't know. I think
2 weeks.
No, I think that'd be too much. All right, that'd be. I'm trying to keep it. Let's be reasonable about this because, there's a lot of, well, maybe not now, but there is a lot of people, and they're working during the week, and at the weekend, then they're going off visiting people, they're going out for a few drinks or whatever. Their weekends are jam packed as well, and they mightn't necessarily have the time over the weekend, but they might have an hour or maybe 2 hours during the week. I think it will be a good change, but of course the devs have to consider, if they done a 7-day-long Dilithium weekend, how is that going to affect the economy? Because since they made the change to the Admiralty system, we've seen the price of Zen come down on the Dilithium exchange, and doing a 7-day-long Dilithium event would surely affect that. I suppose the question is by how much, but that's what I've been thinking anyway, doing away with the weekend events and just have 7-day-long events.
Well, I'm wondering if this was even a planned activity or if this is a last-moment change because of COVID-19.
These 3-week-long events is totally because of COVID-19. Guaranteed. This was not planned to be this way. This was, oh no, this, we're getting hit with this thing and the entire planet's going into lockdown. What can we do? Because we need extra time to make content. Oh, let's do 3-week-long events. And, I think it's a really great idea. So yeah, that's that. I think we talked that to death, or at least I talked that to death. So before we go on, I've got a few more names here I want to butcher, and apologies before I do it. So welcome to Monclera, Zippity_SK, Inval1D Target, and Alzarus, all of whom have followed our channel on Twitch. Thank you so much, guys. We really appreciate your support. Hopefully you're enjoying the show. We broadcast every week. We cover the latest news in Star Trek Online and the Priority 1 Armada. And we have multiple giveaways in our shows, nearly every single show. And when we finish up with the news, we then go off and we do our away mission where we all team up together as one big flash mob. And we go off and we go to a battle zone, like the Dyson Ground battle zone or the Badlands battle zone. And we earn marks, Dilithium, XP, loot, elite marks, all that good stuff. So yeah, you can tune in here every week to get your weekly roundup of Star Trek Online news and Priority 1 Armada news, and team up with others and earn some currencies and have a bit of fun. So thank you. We really appreciate your support. Okay, next, let's announce the winner of our first giveaway, since we just talked about that there a second ago. So this was for 5 Lockbox Master Keys. And they were very generously donated to us by Granda MGT. So thank you once again for that very generous donation. And the winner is DD Brown 1177. Congratulations.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
Yeah. So if you can please contact us, send a whisper to the Priority One Twitch channel. That was a Twitch viewer. And let us know what your in-game @handle is. We will get that prize sent to you at the end of the show. Yeah, congrats again. Well done. And we'll start our next giveaway in a few minutes' time as well. So don't go anywhere. We still got more stuff we want to give away tonight. So yeah, there's going to be plenty of chances to win things. Right, let's move on to item number 2. Selic, tell us about Dress to the 7 of Nines, please.
So this next item will probably excite those of you who are Space Barbie enthusiasts. From May 7th to May 11th at 10 a.m. Pacific, Stowe is offering 7 of Nines outfit from Star Trek Picard to all players for free.
Woohoo!
You can pick it up in the promotions tab of the Zen store, and then feel free to begin being snarky directly at the Borg Queen with a rifle in each hand. Enjoy.
So yeah, they've added this 7 of 9 costume. To be honest, I was really surprised when I heard this first. I thought it was the skin tight spandex thing. That's the costume I thought they were giving away. So this was a nice surprise, and I think they've done a really great job with it. Rikers, what do you think? What was your take on this? I assume you've picked it up already.
Oh, yeah, that's the first thing I did, of course. You know, I've already dressed up my main character as that already. Fortunately, I wish I had more time to do it for my Romulan, but I loved it. It looked good. Awesome.
How about you, Selec? What did you think of it? I'm assuming you've trekked it out.
I haven't. I've picked it up, but I haven't had time to give it a look over.
All right.
I would like to point one thing out, though. When I reclaimed it, I couldn't find it in the promotions tab. For me, it was in the featured tab right at the top of the C-store.
Yeah, I had that same problem too, but after I claimed it, then it went to the promotions tab.
Right.
So it was weird.
Actually, do you know what? You're right. There is a mistake in that blog, because I claimed it under costumes. That's where I claimed it. It was supposed to be promotions, but it was actually costumes. Or uniforms, sorry. Chuck Trek says uniforms. Yes, that's the category. So that's where it was. That was actually a mistake in the blog itself. But yeah, I think they've done a good job with it. It was a nice surprise. I suspect that after this weekend, it's going to become a permanent addition to the Z Store. And anyone who comes to Star Trek Online after this weekend will be able to purchase the costume. So I think that was a nice little gesture for them to, give out a free costume that they've added to the game.
Well, totally.
Yep. Right. Let's move on to item number 3. Rikers, tell us about the Jemadar recon ship in the Lobby store, please.
All right, so yeah, the Lobi Crystal Consortium has announced their latest feature sale from May 7th to May 11th at 10 a.m. Pacific. All items in the Lobi store will be 20% off during this sales event. Now is the best time to take command of that Kelvin Time Intel Dreadnought cruiser, or get your hands on one of those Bolian heavy assault cannons, or what about purchasing that new Jemadar recon ship that's now available in the Lobi store? Let's talk about that a bit. This new Jemadar recon ship is a powerful weapon of the Jemadar, and it could be yours, but it's only for a limited time. So some of the features of this recon ship are, it has a universal console called the Dominion Defense Screen. This special console cross-links your weapons and shield powers to overcharge your shields. While overcharged, your shields will be nearly impenetrable and regenerate at an incredible rate. However, firing weapons can rapidly reduce the duration of the effect. This console can only be used on other Jemadar ships, including this one. Then one of the starship trait it comes with is Go for the Kill. You unlock Go for the Kill starship trait by achieving the level 5 starship mastery. Once this trait is slotted, Critical hits extend duration of active cannon rapid fire by 3 seconds, and this may occur every 5 seconds. There's a lot more information about the ship and what's going on at the lobby store, so I recommend you visit StarTrekOnline.com for more information.
So, this is the second time they've done this. What's your take on this, Selleck? Good, bad, outrageous price, reasonable price. How do you feel about this adding promotional ships for a limited time in the lobby store?
I think it's a good idea. I think it gives a lot of players an opportunity to get the ship that they otherwise wouldn't have, because lobby is a lot easier to get hold of than promotional ships.
Right. Yeah. Rikers, how about yourself? What's your take on this, putting promotional ships into the lobby store?
I mean, I think it's the same thing he was thinking. I mean, I also didn't have that recon ship either. That was one of the few Jemadar I didn't have.
Right.
So now I have it, and I'm just having a blast with it on my other account.
Nice.
But, it's just, more fun to me.
Right. So yeah, I definitely agree with you guys. I think the majority of players would agree that it's a good thing that they seem to be doing. So it's probably gonna keep on happening with other ships. They will eventually make their way into the lobby store for a short period of time. The lobby store is a great idea. I think it's overall it's a positive thing for the game. It's just exorbitantly priced. The stuff is unbelievably expensive in it. If you're talking about ship gear and in particular ships themselves.
Yeah, I mean, like right now, if they didn't have the discount sell, that recon ship would be 1,200 lobby crystals. I mean, that's wow.
Yeah, I think the lobby store is like the most expensive store in the game, and that's the only thing I can say about it. I think it's great that they're adding promotional ships. Hopefully they keep on doing it. I'm sure they will. But it's just the prices for them. I mean, all right, there's a 20% lobby sale on at the moment, isn't there? And
correct.
That works out at what, 960 lobby for this ship? Would that be right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure, it's a promotional ship, but imagine how many boxes you have to open in order to get that 960 lobby. That's a lot of money.
Yep.
Um,
Especially when you got another ship that's out too that's going to be popular, which is the one from Picard. So I tried getting that one myself and I failed miserably.
yeah. It's...
Yeah.
I see here Chuck Trek says 96 R&D Infinity boxes. I'm guessing... Yeah, that's... Yeah. So, of course, yeah, because you get 10 lobby per R&D Infinity box. So, yeah, 96 Infinity boxes.
Some quick maths on my end, and I think it's probably in the region of like 200 to 300 lock boxes worth of lobby.
So that's about $200 to $300, given that 100 Zen is $1. Yeah?
Pretty much, yeah.
And a lockbox key is 125 Zen. So yeah, you're looking at $200 or $300 to get enough lobby for that ship. I suppose it's better than spending 500 on Infinity promotional boxes, and still you might not end up getting it at all. So yeah,
I think that's the key thing. At least with this, you can work out, pretty accurately exactly how much effort you're going to need to put in. Obviously, with R&D boxes, there's the element of chance, which is good for Cryptic, but it's bad for the players.
Yeah, agreed. I see Aaron Etchler is asking, where are we? We're on New Romulus Command Center, instance number 4, if you want to join us. We are going to the Undine Space Battle Zone in a little while for our away mission. So, yeah, we'd love if you could join us, and thanks for tuning in. Right, okay, I think we've talked that one enough. So let's move on to item number 4. Selleck, tell us about combined PC patch notes and console patch notes, please.
Right. So, on console, the featured event Part 2 will be launching. The featured event will be the first of a series of upcoming events that will participate in the second installment of our multi-event system known as Event Campaign. These updates include... this will now span a total of 4 separate featured events, spanning the majority of the upcoming year of Xbox One and PlayStation 4 releases. So this is unlike the last one, which was only 3 events. As a result of this increased length, the requirements for receiving the campaign grand prize have been increased from 2,100 progress points to 2,800. Although the grand prize will now offer players a choice between the 100% off C-Store coupon, like last time, with the addition of 200 Lobby crystals, or you can just take 1,000 Lobby crystals. Players may earn 50 event campaign progress for each day they participate in an eligible event. So the event this time round is the Defense of Pavo. Participating in this 3-week event will consist of 2 existing TFO listed below, which is Pavo Dissension, the Ground Task Force Operation, and Peril over Pavo, the Space Task Force Operation. Each TFO completed will reward a choice of all marks with their cooldown timers temporarily disabled, and the 2 TFOs will temporarily be removed from the random TFO eligibility. In order to earn the event reward, players can earn 1 daily progress once every 20 hours, earn 14 days worth of daily progress, and this will allow you to claim all of these rewards, which include a universal kit module, the Kid Drones, which we'll talk about a little more later, 25,000 dilithium ore once only, and 3 featured TFO reward boxes once only. So some general updates include a 20% ship sale from the 7th of May to the 11th of May at 10 a.m. Pacific. All ships and dry dock slots in the C-Store are 20% off. This sale includes bundles which hold only starships. Other items not ship-related are not included in the sale. Better performance from some slowdowns caused by the user interface. They've also resolved the buyout button issue in the event window that was not properly functioning. They've also resolved Endeavor perk descriptions from not displaying when the window is first opened, along with Endeavor perks from not properly displaying descriptions when changing through different perks. They've also resolved an issue that would sometimes cause personal endeavors to resort, and the issue which caused the ISS Enterprise to move at excessive speed in combat, making it difficult to engage during Temple Reckoning. Something of an understatement there,
Yep.
But excellent that it's been fixed.
Yep, I ran into that one myself as well, and here I am chasing after this ship going, come back!
Yeah, the first 30 seconds are very entertaining, and then you realize, since it's moving so fast, I'm going to struggle to bring this thing down.
Mm-hmm.
It's like it's got a mind of its own and saying, hey, you know what? I know I'm going to die, so I'm going to run and make it difficult for you.
I was clever. I realized pretty quickly what was going on, and I went, I know what I'm going to do. I'm going to take the shortcut and I'll cut him off at the pass, and I got ahead of him, and that's how I was able to get him. But anyway, continue on, please, Select.
So there have been some updates to accolades. They have moved all of the Star Cluster exploration accolades, which include Delta Volanus Expanse, Taong Nebula, etc., into a separate section of the Accolade Journal labeled Exploration Star Clusters. They've also resolved an issue that caused the Dekel Exploration accolades to track success based on completing duty officer assignments in the Taong Nebula. They've also changed Riker's Apprentice accolade to complete if you inflict damage on multiple sonar ships with one Metreon gas explosion during the mission Brushfire. And Discovery-era Klingon ships may now drop era-appropriate loot when defeated. So speaking of ships, there have been some updates to the Ferengi Marauder starship model, and it's been remastered with a new model and has a new ship material.
Woohoo!
Along a similar vein, the model for the Akira variant of the Strike Wing Escort has been revamped. This includes a more detailed ship model, as well as new hull and windows materials. On the systems front, the Tier 1 through 4 starships, previously removed from the Zen store, are now available at ship requisition stores for dilithium instead. Ships previously purchased with Zen will remain available account-wide for reclaim via ship requisition stores, but all future purchases of these ships bought with dilithium will be character only. There have been updated designs for the Akira bundle, which now costs 6,000 Zen and will be 35% off from May 7th to May 14th at 10 a.m. Pacific. It contains the following T6 Elita class Heavy Strike Wing Escort, T5 Armitage Heavy Strike Wing Escort, T3 Thunderchild Heavy Escort refit, and one Fleet Ship Module. For more information about console patch notes, please visit StarTrekOnline.com.
All right, so before we move on to the second part of the patch notes, the PC patch notes, we're going to start our next giveaway. This is for another 5 Lockbox Master Keys, and these were very generously donated to us by Captain Ray Bosch Borg of the Priority 1 Armada. So thank you, Captain Ray Bosch Borg, so much for this donation. We really, really do appreciate it. And what we would like you to do right now is to type in the word Shakespeare into the chat, whether you're viewing on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube. Type in the word Shakespeare, and that will enter you in with the chance of winning 5 Lockbox Master Keys. All right, good luck, everyone. So, PC patch notes. Event Campaign 2. This featured event will be the second of a series of events that will participate in a second installment of our multi-mission system known as Event Campaign. We already know we can do Pavo Dissension or Peril over Pavo. Each TFO will reward a choice of marks. Same stuff that Selic was reading out there. In order to earn the event reward, players can earn 1 daily progression once every 20 hours. Earn 14 worth of daily progress will allow you to claim all of these rewards, which is the kit module, 25,000 dilithium, and 3 feature TFO reward boxes once only for the last 2, and the kit module is account-wide. Under General, they resolve an issue that would sometimes cause personal endeavors to resort, resolve the display issue causing the Battle at Binary Stars TFO to reflect event-related information when it should not, resolved an issue that caused Paradox Bomb to apply Agony modular trait twice to its target. The experimental environmental suits now have the ability to enable or disable their visuals when the EV suit isn't active like other environmental suits. And for more information about PC and console patch notes, you can visit StarTrekOnline.com to get the full details there. Right. Sorry, I'm just doing something really, really quick here. Behind the scenes stuff. Right. Item 6, Armada news. So, as always, this coming week is TFO Thursday in the Priority 1 Armada. This event is for all Priority 1 Armada members and offers a chance for us to team up together and earn marks, XP, and more importantly, dilithium. To check the time of this event, open up the fleet window and click on the Events tab to see the event in your local time zone. Okay. The Priority 1 Delta Fleet will have its first Tier 5 upgrade unlocked for the Colony World in approximately 8 hours from now.
Woohoo!
Yeah. This is incredible
Excellent.
news, as Delta Fleet has been working extremely hard over the last couple of months to get this far, and it's the last of our primary fleets on the Federation side to start working on the final upgrades for the Colony World. So well done to everyone in the Priority 1 Delta Fleet. That is absolutely fantastic. Well done, guys. The Priority 1 Epsilon fleet has only 2 days left on its current upgrade of the Colony World and is working towards unlocking its third Tier 5 upgrade, which should be available sometime within the next week or maybe the week after. So well done to everybody there. That'll be 2 upgrades down, 2 to go. So again, great progress been made in Priority 1 Epsilon fleet.
Go Team Epsilon.
Yep.
Good job, peeps.
Moving on to the KDF side, and finally, the House of Martok fleet is progressing really well with its final Tier 5 upgrade, and has everything filled except for the provisions. So we should have those filled in approximately 1 or maybe 2 weeks. At the rate that we're currently building up the provisions, it's going to take another week, maybe 2, to get those provisions and put that final upgrade. Alright, it's the last upgrade. Get that one on cooldown, and that'll be the House of Martok fully upgraded to max level 85. So yeah, if you guys have any provisions from doing TFOs or anything like that, by all means,
they're going to be sent to Rua Pente if they don't donate.
yeah. If you're doing any TFOs and you get any of the provisions, by all means, feel free to throw them into House of Martok and help that upgrade along, and we get there a little bit sooner. Excuse me. So, as always, when we finish up the news, there is one very special member that we would like to recognize for their recent donation that they made to the Priority 1 Armada website. And this week, it is Captain Ray Boschborg. We want to thank you so much for your incredible support of the Priority 1 Armada. Without members like Captain Ray Boschborg, we wouldn't be able to keep the lights on around here. These donations, they pay for website hosting fees, audio software for this production, domain names, so much it pays for. And we want to thank you so much for your incredible support. We really do appreciate it. And if you would like to support the Priority 1 Armada, you can make a donation on our website and receive a thank you package based on the amount that you donate. For more information, visit PriorityOneArmada.com to find out more. Okay, so that wraps up the news for this week. So now we are going to move on to our away mission, which is the Undine Space Battle Zone. So if everyone would check their specializations, and I'd probably, I don't really have much points. Okay, right. Check your specializations before. Who on earth is that? Oh, that's Bosch. Wow, loving that hat, Bosch. You're rocking that hat, man. I was like, who's the freak in the massive hat?
That's nice. Wearing that with pride.
Oh my god. Yeah, loving it. Well done, man. So let's all beam up. We're going to head to the Undine Space Battle Zone located in the Solanae Dyson Sphere. By the way, I do want to say to Z, who was trolling me in YouTube chat there a little while ago, I seen everything, dude. All right, and that's it. You're on the list. You've gone into the little black book. So yeah, I didn't say anything about it at the time, but I'm saying it now.
Making a list and he's checking it twice.
It's like, who, me? Yes, you. You know what you done. Z is viewing us on YouTube tonight, and he was trolling there a little while ago. Doesn't sound like Z at all, does it?
No, not at all.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, don't tell him your name, Z.
Yeah. I'm friends with him on Facebook, so I already know it.
Yeah, Z, really don't tell him your name. He doesn't need to know. Z.
Alright, Solonate, Dyson Sphere, and Undine Space Battle Zone. Actually, I just seen Ultimate KK80 welcome to the show. They just recently followed our channel on Twitch, so thank you so much. We really appreciate your support. Hopefully you're enjoying the show so far. If you haven't entered in for our current giveaway, type in the word Shakespeare into the chat, and that will enter you in with a chance of winning 5 Lockbox Master Keys, which works out at about what, about 30 million energy credits. Would that be about right? It's about...
Yes.
Yeah, I think it was like 6.2, so it's somewhere around there.
Yeah, about 30 million energy credits. So, yeah, pretty decent prize. Alright, I have just jumped into instance number 3. I wonder... instance 4 is going to open up soon. Alright, we'll this looks like a fresh instance, so we'll go with this one. If you can't get into the same instance as us, if you can't get into 3, just work in whatever instance you are in. It doesn't matter, you're going to be with people who are tuned into this show anyway, so you're still going to earn marks and dilithium and loot and XP and everything. So, yeah, you know, you're still... Look at, we're going to fill up probably 2 or 3 instances anyway. So, you know, at least you're still being able to play with Priority 1 members and earn some of this stuff. This is what I love, and I know I say this every time, but just things die so quickly in here. It's crazy. Like, you do... It's just not worth buffing up because things just go pop straight away.
Yeah, no, I really feel that.
Ah! I'm stuck in the gunk.
So there was something I noticed in the patch notes that intrigues me.
Yeah?
For the console patch notes, it mentions that this is the first installment of the second big event campaign thing.
Yep.
And I'm wondering what happened to Hell with Honor, because I seem to recall console having issues with that, but have they just pushed that back so it's now the second event, or?
Yeah, I honestly don't know. It's... Who knows? I mean, with this whole quarantine thing going on and, you know, the difficulties of working from home, who knows what problems they could have ran into and, you know, has affected their release schedule for content, you know? And they... You know, not only do they have to try and create content, but, you know, they have to make it workable for 3 different platforms, you know? They have to do it for PC, and then they have to modify it, whatever, you know, has to be done, so that it will work on PlayStation and Xbox. And I imagine that's... I could be totally wrong. But
to their credit, they've been doing pretty good of catching up the consoles with PC. They're almost with us line by line. They're just like a couple episodes back now. I remember when it used to be like 6 months and longer before they got to see stuff that we've already done.
Right, yeah. No, you're definitely right about that. But, like, what I'm saying is, I'm sure it's not easy to, you know, modify content so that it works on those platforms. I could be completely wrong, but for some reason, I just think, you know, it's not that easy of a thing to do, you know?
Oh yeah, I'm probably pretty sure they've been working with Microsoft and PlayStation to go ahead and make that porting easier each time.
Yeah, yeah. Look at that.
Now they need to do is that a way to figure out how we can all play together, no matter what console, like you do with Fortnite and some of those other games out there.
Yeah, cross-platform would be a great thing to have,
Oh,
but I somehow doubt it's ever coming.
yeah, I don't think it's coming either.
Just a pipe dream.
But I do think you're right. Like, can you imagine if Star Trek Online was cross-platform? I mean, can you imagine what that would do for the exchange? You know, like having everyone on the one exchange. You know, prices of ships will probably come down. Well, I imagine they would come down. I could be wrong, but you
I
know,
know console players would suddenly be very unhappy.
Yeah, because they'd actually have to pay more. Because right now they're paying cheap prices to be lifetime members and ships and other stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, if they had to pay $300 to be a lifetime member, I could be very happy.
yeah, yeah. I think what you guys said. You know, it's oh my god, who the hell am I stuck in? There we go.
Not a sentence you ever want to hear.
Yeah, I know. Really.
It was somebody flew into me, and I'm in my scimitar, and the wing was caught in the Borg liberated command juggernaut thing stuff.
That sounds like the worst lie I've ever heard.
Wrong docking port.
Everybody's seen it. Everybody's seen it.
Sure, they have.
Yeah, because they're watching the stream, so everybody's seen it.
Oh, you're one of those, are you?
Yeah.
All right, let's start this Federation device. Oh. I'm stuck on the gunk again.
You only have yourself to blame there, I'm afraid.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're making some slow and steady progress in Instance 2.
Very good, very good. How are we doing here? Yeah, we've got 3 areas captured already in Instance 3.
Nice.
Yeah, and we're working on more as we speak. But, yeah, like you guys were saying, I don't think that cross-platform for Star Trek Online is ever going to happen. I think there's a better chance of Star Trek Online 2.0 happening than cross-platform happening.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. And depending on how they handle it, I would be quite down for Star Trek Online 2.0.
I'd be down for it as well if I didn't lose all my ships and gear. I'd be okay with that. But if it was like, you know, a complete reset of everything, then yeah, no way, forget it. Wouldn't do it. Wouldn't like that at all. Definitely not a fan.
People get upset if they have to spend all that money again that they just wasted.
Oh god, can you imagine?
I think that'd be the end of the game if I were there. If it was me, it'd be the end of the game for me. I'd be out.
Yeah, probably. Probably wouldn't be on your own.
But I think we're unfortunately reaching the point in the game's life where there's not a great deal else they can do to improve it without needing to tear the whole thing down and start over again.
Oh, I wish I can go, like, you know, through every deck of a ship. I'd actually, instead of those long pauses in between switching of maps, that it was fluid, so it felt like it was, you know, the real thing. there's just a lot of things out there that a lot of games are doing now. It just we've been using this particular engine and tools for over 10 years, and it just really hasn't changed that much since then for Star Trek, at least. I mean, imagine having a game like a Star Trek version of No Man's Skies where you could just like go down to any planet. There is no pause. It's all streamlined. Yeah, Destiny type crossovers are nice too.
I've never played Destiny, actually, now that you mention it.
First one's good. Second one, although I like the commercial for it. Killed all the puppies, and the soldier screams up and runs out to the battlefield with his gun drawn. Save the puppies!
Wouldn't somebody please think of the puppies? Actually, not speaking of puppies, but kind of related. I took off before the start of the show, and for those of you who don't know, my cat Tiger had another batch of kittens, and had a nice little box. You know, there was like a towel in there. You know, some cushioning for Tiger and the kittens. And I went off to get myself a drink and get sorted before the show. And I came back, and there's Tiger and the kittens in under my desk at my feet. And I'm like, Tiger, what are you doing? Putting kittens at my feet. Yeah, she just decided, okay, I'm going to migrate them over to a different location.
Man, you need to find that father, and he needs to get a job to take care of his kids.
Yeah, I know, right? I've got a bullet with his name on it. That's what I've got. But yeah, I can feel them here now. They're crawling all over my feet. Like, you know, they can't really... Actually, it's not that they can't really. They can't support their own weight yet. So they're kind of, you know, dragging themselves along. And I can feel them moving along on my feet. So, yeah. When the show is
like
finished...
a massage.
When the show is finished... Oh, excuse me. When the show is finished, I'm going to have to put them back in their little bed. Oh, great. I arrive here and the point is captured. Wow, we must be really... Yeah, wow, there's only 3 places left. Wow, we're getting on really good in Instance 3 here.
But yeah, if we were to get Star Trek Online 2.0, what one feature would you want to see in that game that isn't here?
The Enterprise D Battle Bridge.
That's... Huh. That's a good question.
Mine would be true 3D maneuvering in space. I don't want to have to be locked to like 70 degrees of moving up and down.
That would be good. I don't think every player would like that. That would turn the game into a game that has to be played with a joystick or a pad or something rather than a mouse and keyboard. I think that would be really difficult with a mouse and keyboard.
Doing that Picard mover where he, in the booby trap episode,
yeah,
where he swing slaps himself in the Enterprise around that asteroid. That's what I'd like to do.
I think it'd be doable. I mean, we've had Star Trek games before doing that in with just a mouse and keyboard. Bridge Commander springs to mind.
Fond memories.
Like, it's not easy. Like, you have to sort of frame the game in the right way to make it, you know, easy to fly your ship, because you would not have a strong sense of up and down like you do in STO.
Yeah.
But arguably you shouldn't have a strong sense of up and down, and you should only really need to know, you know, relative distances between you and your target.
Bosch is saying we should perform the Riker maneuver where the joystick comes out to control the Enterprise.
Yeah. Wow, did that hurt Rikers? That sounded sore. That sounded really sore.
Yeah.
Oh man, I could hear that all the way over here in Ireland.
Lucky I have padding on.
It seems like the sympathy train never pulled into the station with Quincy's.
Wait!
What the hell is that thing? Yeah, so I just thought of something. What I would actually like to see would be... So, alright, there's two things. Alright, one is I would like to see accurate weapon ports. So, you know, the scimitar with its, 54 disruptor banks and, 24 torpedo tubes and, that. Like, I would love to see that. But also, the other thing that I would like to see... Oh my god, and I've forgotten it now. Oh, yes. I think this 10-kilometer range is ridiculous.
Arbitrary.
Right. I just don't like this 10 kilometers. It doesn't seem like 10 kilometers. If it was 10 kilometers and it was double the distance, that we actually see in game, I think they need to increase that. The scale, I suppose, is what I'm trying to say.
Yes.
The scale definitely needs work because 10 kilometers is... You're right on top of them, You're really right on top of your target. And especially if you're in an escort. I mean, if I'm in an escort and I'm going to do my alpha strike on a target, by the time my first volley has finished, I'm already on top of the target, even though I started firing when I was at 10 kilometers. And now I have to start turning around to bring my weapons to bear back on the target, That's something that I don't like, and I would like to see being addressed in Star Trek Online 2.0.
And kind of related to that, it would be nice to have like the proper scales of ships relative to each other, because Star Trek Online is somewhat truncated in that.
Yeah.
The Defiant is technically too big, and the Enterprise J is technically too small.
Yeah.
Is understandable given the constraints, but
right.
It would be nice to get, truly tiny Defiant that's just taking down galaxies.
Yeah.
No, actually, I've been thinking about this, all these changes that we'd want. I don't remember what the game was called. I think this is the correct name, Captain's Chair. You were able to build your own ship from scratch, all the parts of previous ships. I'd like to build my own custom ship.
I think it was just called Starship Creator, but yeah.
I think that would be a big game changer right there.
Yeah, better customization. And by that, I don't necessarily mean more parts, just more control over, especially the coloring of the parts we do have. Like the current system with the different sort of like colored patterns you can put on your ship is rather lacking.
Yeah. Uh-oh. I see we're about to lose... Ah, we lost it. Right, okay, never mind. Cancel that, go down to where the next closest point. Okay, so what we will probably do is... Let's see. We have our current giveaway going at the moment. We still have to pick a winner. But we're nearly at the boss stage. So, let's say when we get the boss stage done, we announce the winner and we kickstart our next giveaway. And we'll do one more run of Undine Space Battlezone. And... finish that up, announce winner, and we'll finish up the show. How's that sound to everyone?
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, sounds like a plan. Fantastic.
So what did you guys end up doing on your May the 4th?
I rewatched all of season 1 of The Mandalorian, and oh my god, it was such an awesome day. I loved it.
I watched that again yesterday, the whole season 1, because I saw that they had a season 2 trailer out, but it's only a couple seconds long. Yeah.
Oh wow.
Where what's his? I keep on forgetting the antagonist's name in that one. Darth. Do you guys remember his name? The one that has the black lightsaber.
Oh, the guy that was in the fighter crashed. Yeah, I can't remember. Darth Gus?
Yeah.
False Fire says?
Something like that. They, show him...
Darth Maul.
Speaking. No, not Darth Maul.
Moff Gideon. Oh my god, there's everything been typed in here.
But yeah, they said in the trailer they gave hints that actually Boba Fett's alive. Somehow from Return of the Jedi, he got out of that stupid worm's mouth and survived.
All right.
He's supposed to have some type of mini cameo with Mando in season 2.
Well, that's what I done for May the 4th. I just completely rewatched season 1 of Mandalorian, and I thoroughly enjoyed that day. It was just absolutely fantastic, and yes, such a great show. It's so good. Jon Favreau, I mean, God, the man's a genius. He done such a good job on it,
Oh yeah, I greatly enjoyed it, and I can't wait until the new season comes out.
Yeah.
Which I think they said it's going to come out this fall or something like that.
Oh, I have no idea. I honestly don't know. I just wish that and I've said this on the Priority One Discord, I wish that he was a Star Trek fan, because, man, I would love to see what he could do with a Star Trek show. I just think it'd be amazing.
I don't think he doesn't like it. I think he does like it. He's just more of a fan of Star
Right,
Wars.
he's a Star Wars fan, yeah. And, that's totally fine, There are people that are, I'm a Star Trek fan, not so much of Star Wars. But The Mandalorian has changed that for me now. I'm like, wow, I'm actually more excited about The Mandalorian than I am of any of the current Star Trek shows, which is a little sad.
I was thinking to myself, oh man, you know what? I used to love Star Trek. For some reason, the shows they're not being produced as good as I'd like, except for Picard. I really like Picard. But The Mandalorian, it kind of hitches over just a little for me. It was so good. And they did it on a shoestring budget, too.
Right.
That was quite impressive.
Yeah, my May the 4th was spent wondering what a Star War is.
What's a Star War? That was good.
People throwing rocks at each other and seeing how long it takes to hit them.
Is it just one star? Like, how many stars are involved in this?
Right. Very good, indeed. But yeah, everything about that show, I just think they knocked it out of the park. The acting quality was amazing. The production quality was fantastic. The story was really good. I mean, the guy that played the Mandalorian, I mean, you don't see his face except for, at the end.
The very end, yeah.
And, you can't see his emotions because, he's got the mask on the whole time. But when he wasn't impressed with something or, you could totally read his body language. That was really, really good, and I think it just shows, such great acting to be able to portray that.
Great storytelling, too, because when they wrote that, they must have said, well, how are we going to pull this off? But yeah, I guess in season 2 as well, they're also going to explain the reason why Mandalorians don't take off their mask in certain places. I guess they don't wear them all the time. I guess they used to on their homeworld. They usually take them off in other areas where it's just Mandalorians. But I'm not absolutely sure about that quote that I heard. So hopefully season 2 explains that a little bit more.
Because
And
they never
here's,
developed sunscreen.
here's the boss stage for.
Could you say
season
they
3.
didn't develop sunscreen?
Mm-hmm. Why they wear masks.
Oh gosh.
Hey, I can finally buff up now because the target isn't going to die as quick. Correction, maybe he is going to die pretty quick.
Okay, we've just made it to the Planet Killer stage.
Nice, nice. That's good timing. We just got to it as well.
So speaking of star shows, you okay?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. It's just I thought of something else, but by all means, go ahead.
I read an interesting article the other day about. It was an interview with Robert Duncan McNeil and Garrett Wang from Voyager, and they were talking about somewhat seriously reviving Captain Proton and turning that into a Star Trek show.
Oh, they're doing
Really?
a podcast, right? They're doing a podcast right now about it too.
Mm.
Oh, wow, I hadn't heard that.
Which is an interesting idea. It's an interesting idea.
I guess.
I would be kind of down if they went all out and the entire show takes place in a holodeck. So you never leave the holodeck, but you switch between Captain Proton and Tom Harris and maybe have some other guest stars. I don't necessarily think it would be a good show, but I think it would be interesting.
Yeah.
The planet killer has been destroyed.
Awesome, we're one down. So what occurred to me there, you said other star shows, or what occurred to me was a trailer and that I seen recently of a new show that's coming out, and if I remember correctly, it's called Space Force. Have any of you seen the trailer for this?
Oh yeah, that trailer looks good. I can't wait till it comes out the end of the month.
Yes, and that's all I've seen is this trailer for Space Force, and like it's a comedy.
It's The Office in space.
Well, I don't know about that. I never watched The Office, but it looks good, and I'm really looking forward to it. I can't wait to see how it turns out.
I just love it in that promo where he's like, "We're gonna create a 5th branch of the military. Congratulations, you're the commander of Star Force."
Right.
What?
So yeah, looking forward to that one. I hope that it's going to be a good show. But I heard nothing about this thing at all. Absolutely nothing about this new show coming out. And I think somebody posted a video to the trailer or something on Discord, and it was like, what the hell is this thing?
Yeah, there hasn't been much talk. It was been around, but no one ever saw the trailer, so no one knew if it was good or not.
Right.
Along a similar vein, did anyone catch that Avenue 5?
Oh, I love that one too.
Hugh Laurie, well, enough said really, but it was interesting. I didn't watch the whole show, but you know, I watched a good six episodes of it, and it was an interesting comedy.
Yeah.
Like, wait, they only had maybe 8 episodes? I'm not sure what the exact number was. It didn't seem like it was that many. It was a real short series.
Well, I'm English, so to me that's a lavish series, 8 episodes.
Alright, well done, everyone.
All 3 planet killers have
Whoops.
been destroyed.
Planet Killer just blowed me up.
I almost died there. I was at 6% when it blew up.
The Undine will return, but we have... Belay that. There is a massive Voth fleet inbound. All ships, return to the staging area. We must prepare for the Voth.
Alright, so once we finish this stage, the bonus round, in instance number 3, we're going to announce the winner of our current giveaway, and then we're going to immediately start our third giveaway. So if you haven't typed in the word Shakespeare yet into the chat, do it now. Get yourself in with a chance of winning 5 Lockbox Master Keys.
I see we're having a bit of a thespian theme for this.
To be or not to be? That is the question.
Well, I was actually really struggling to come up with keywords for tonight, and Kat very graciously helped me with that and came up with the keywords. But somebody else, yeah, I suppose I can say, Falsifier came up with an amazing idea for keywords, and I'm totally going to do it some night just to mess with everybody, and I'm not going to say any more about it, but I love it. I just know everybody's going to be scratching their head going, huh?
You're going to be taking advantage of the divide between the English languages.
Oh, nice. Somebody's got a really powerful grab well out. That is awesome. Just clumping them all up for us. It's fantastic. Man, I barely got one shot off there before that ship died.
Yeah, me too.
Well, we're only a minute and a half in. We've already got 70 ships.
Good work.
Yeah, doing pretty good.
Oh no, I'm in a bad spot. Please don't blow up the ship while I'm right in front of it. No!
He's already dead. He already did.
I was running so fast out of there.
You know, I've never liked the Voth.
Yeah, I don't think so
I've
either.
never liked the Voth.
While we're on the subject, as we're blasting them out of existence, just thought I'd mention.
Yeah. So, I just remember something that I actually kind of wanted to just ever so lightly touch on during the show tonight, but we had a very productive meeting earlier today in planning for our 7th year anniversary, which is coming up in this June, so like less than a month away. Priority 1 Armada will be celebrating its 7th year anniversary, and it's looking like it's going to be a really, really good one. Don't know how much in prizes we're going to be giving away just yet, but it will be billions of EC worth of prizes guaranteed. And we've got some old favorites in terms of events, and we've even got 1 or 2 surprises for new ideas of things that we are going to do for the 7th year anniversary. So yeah, keep your mailboxes empty, and check the Armada website as it comes closer to June, because yeah, this should be a good year. And like I said, we had a very productive meeting earlier today, and we got some good work done, and yeah, I just know everybody's going to thoroughly enjoy it. Yeah, I see Hyperhydra says in YouTube chat, always enjoy the anniversary events, smiley face. Yeah, I always enjoy them too. It's always fun. And yeah, like I said, we're going to have, you know, some of the popular events coming back again. Old favorites, and 1 or 2 surprises with new ideas. A lot of which is actually thanks to you, Selleck, actually, now that I think about it. So yeah, thank you for your ideas and suggestions earlier.
Oh, no problem.
You didn't talk about your idea about toilet paper in Winter's house, right? It's supposed to be the most expensive event ever.
Yeah, sure.
Toilet paper is at a premium.
Yep. Better believe it.
I wouldn't waste toilet paper on Winter's house.
Everyone who went to his house has to steal toilet paper from his roof.
Oh, we just cracked 200. 217.
Yeah, I don't think we did
Will
as good
we
as the
get...
last couple of times. I think we've done almost 400 here.
I think you're getting confused with the Badlands Battle Zone.
Maybe.
200 is a good score for Undine Space. But can we get it up any higher? 220. We got 15 seconds left on the clock. $234, 246. 10 seconds left on the clock. That's probably at 246.
Yeah.
Yep, 246. Good score, guys. Well done. That was good going.
Good job, guys.
All right. Okay. We said we were going to announce the winner of our second giveaway now. So let's get that done. This was for another 5 Lockbox Master Keys. The lines are now closed. So if you haven't typed in the word Shakespeare, I'm afraid it's too late. But the winner of these 5 Lockbox Master Keys is Twitch viewer Liverwurst. Liverwurst? Congratulations.
Yummy. Congrats.
Yeah, if you can please contact us, send a whisper to the Priority One Twitch channel. Let us know what your in-game @handle is. We will get that prize sent off to you at the end of the show. So yeah, congrats again. Well done. And sorry for butchering your name, because no doubt I totally did. Right. So, since we have a minute or two to spare here now, we are going to get our next giveaway up and running. Once again, it is for another 5 Lockbox Master Keys. That's a little over 30 million energy credits if you want to sell them. And these were very generously donated to us by Captain Ray Boschborg. Once again, thank you, Captain Ray Boschborg. We really, really appreciate it. This is an awesome prize. And what we would like you guys to do now to enter yourself in with a chance of winning these 5 Lockbox Master Keys is type in the word Sonnets into the chat now. Type in the word Sonnets into the chat on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, or YouTube, and that will enter you in with a chance of winning these 5 Lockbox Master Keys.
Someone asked, why doesn't Bosch win his own keys back?
Yeah. Do you know what? That actually happened to me once. I had donated a prize for something and I won it back. It's like typical. And I was just like, put it back in, pick someone else. I was like, oh my god.
Well, we did that a couple of times at the very beginning of when we started the show. You remember? Because I even won something too, and I ended up giving it back.
Yeah?
Yeah, that was before when we were trying to, what was it? Wheel of Winters, the first edition.
All right.
And the other one, yeah. We got all those kinks out now.
Yep. Okay, so we are going to run one more full run of the Undine Space Battle Zone. We're going to let this go, give everybody a good chance to type in the word Sonnets to win these 5 Lockbox Master Keys. And once we finish up this run of the Undine Space Battle Zone, we'll announce the winner for that. So there's a pretty big window here now for you guys to enter yourself in with a chance for winning this. I think it's a really awesome prize. I mean, who wants to turn down over 30 million energy credits? Okay, here we go. Look at that. People already set and ready to start this thing. This is awesome.
That's how we do it.
We're doing pretty good this year, though, for planning for the anniversary. Right, because your projects are all set up and ready to rock as well.
Yeah, we're ready to go.
Yeah, we got another one done tonight or earlier this evening. I have another one with about 50% complete. And next week we have more meetings to plan out the rest of the anniversary. God, I can remember, and I said this to some of you guys, actually, I think all of you, but I remember like years ago, like the 2nd and 3rd anniversary, we'd start planning in February for the anniversary.
That's what I was going to say just a few seconds ago.
Right. Yeah, we genuinely would start in February of the year, planning for June. Because it's just a lot of work, yeah, now we're like, well, a month or 6 weeks and we're totally fine.
Yeah, we got down to a science.
Right.
Yeah, we haven't gotten better, we've just gotten lazier.
Yeah.
It's exactly there we go.
I like that.
But yeah, it was I think it was the anniversary event 2 years ago where I found out about Priority 1.
All right.
Because I just happened to turn up for I think it was the 24-hour live stream.
Oh, right.
That might have been one of the first.
Yeah.
That was an experience.
Yeah.
That was very long. They're fun, but after 12 hours, I start to fall asleep because I can't think of anything else to say.
To keep the alcohol flowing.
Yeah, God. Not the truth.
It's like when you're done, you're out for like 2 days.
Yeah, I kind of... Oh my God, what the hell just hit me? Something just blew me up. I always thought, anybody who joined during the anniversary, it was kind of a good and a bad thing because, there's all these events going on. But it's a lot of stuff to take in as well at the same time, It's like, oh my God, but, give me a second to, get used to the community and get to know people and, so, yeah, it's kind of like a good and a bad thing.
I'm surprised we weren't hit with more spammers back then. I think we get hit more now than we did before.
Probably.
Yeah, a lot of people tend to say that teacher guy that they watch Winter's videos. He's a good promoter of his videos and his Armada, so he's doing his thing and we're helping him out.
Oh my god, I blew up
Plus,
again.
his videos are pretty good, huh?
Sorry, I just blew up again. Yeah, I see that comment there from Teacher Guy. He says he discovered the Armada via my YouTube videos. I try to promote it whenever I can, and yeah, we always, or well, I won't say always, but often we get people signing up, and they do say seen Winter's videos and decided to join, or something like that. So yeah, no, it's great. It's fantastic. I think we've got a really good community going here, for sure. There's a lot of communities that they don't make it past a couple of months, and they don't do many events, and we're pretty solid.
Yeah, tireless and dedicated people that are willing to put in the time to make this Armada great for everyone, not just for themselves.
Yep, indeed.
We also have a lot of tired people that are dedicated to helping us.
They're tired, disabled, everything. Doesn't matter your walk of life. If you want to help, you can help. Now I'm curious. Everyone that's on Twitch, YouTube, Facebook, whatnot, how did you find out about the Armada? Was it through our show here, Priority One Armada Live? Was it through Winter's videos, website, a Twitter post, or any other location that may have hinted you towards our direction?
I would imagine most of them are probably a little bit tied up in trying to play the game at the moment, but yeah, it would be interesting to see how it was. See, Jaquita Seal says he was approached by Flexen, that's Alex. The Bogan one says, I constantly telling them to subscribe, so I did, to get him to stop. It didn't work. It didn't work. That's brilliant. R. Damiani says the Twitch stream. Sorry, that one from the Bogan one. That was brilliant. I done it to get him to stop telling us to subscribe. It didn't work. Who else have we got here?
We'll see you later, Cairo. Thanks for showing up, man. He's got to leave early.
Alright. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the show. Tamrath72 said, I just started playing Stow 3 days ago and found out about y'all by in-game chat. Awesome. Welcome. Chuck Trek says, it was a while ago, but I think I just Googled STO fleets. Daka78 says, watching Winter's vids on YouTube till my eyes bled. Just too still stuck at this game. LOL.
That's called man love right there.
Cairo 47 says, I discovered the Armada via the Priority One podcast. Yeah, that's a popular one as well. Nick W380 says the podcast. For the life of me, I can't remember where I discovered that, but it was back in early days. G5904112 says the podcast. Finn Cobb says the podcast. Jake.
The Punkcast? Is that what you're going to say?
Yeah. That's awesome. And actually just sorted Jake out there a little while ago as well with a fleet invite.
Welcome.
Mike Wetgen says Priority 1 podcast was their intro. Let's see, who else is there? Paul Andre says it was Alex's fault that I float in Dyson Sphere, help him to kill some mobs, and he sent me a fleet invite without saying a word. It's just like, come on, join us.
Like Alex.
Just join us. Logged into an alt that had been in an Armada that was merged into Priority 1. Looked it up and been here since, I think, stream restarted.
I like Bosch's. Bosch goes, I discovered about Priority 1 from someone in the dark alley.
Oh my god. Moto Torgo says mission log led to Priority 1 podcast, which led me here. Awesome. That is fantastic. Welcome. Falsefire, it was from Winter's YouTube videos. Thank you, Falsefire. Inval1D Target says your in-game advertisements brought me here. Awesome. Glad that you were able to tune in, and hopefully you're enjoying the show. Alzarus says Winter's Gaming and this live stream mainly and knowing the fleet from others. Excuse me. That's awesome. Falsefire again says specifically watching his free-to-play series, which inspired me to make my own free-to-play account. Awesome. That's brilliant. Yeah, I've got a series that essentially shows you how to play the game without spending a dime on it. Nightweb, the Pongcast. Oh, because I said Pongcast. Right, okay, I got you. And then Rebosh Porg, I discovered about Priority 1 from someone in a dark alley. Yo, man, do you want to get some Priority 1? I got some Priority 1 here, man.
Was it on Nimbus?
So, what was that, Selic?
Was it on Nimbus?
Was it on Nimbus? Yeah.
It's nice to see where all you guys are coming from, too. And, you know, how you all end up becoming part of our family. It's really cool.
Oh, man, that was just so funny. Who did I say was the Bogan one, was it?
Cal says he's the guy in the dark alley.
Oh, man. Well, we're down to only three places left to capture, and we're on to the boss stage again. Wow, that's awesome, guys. Great work, everyone.
Now, for all the people that have been on the show today, what is maybe one of your most favorite moments of the show? Not this show, but any of our past shows.
Wow, that's a good question. Oh, God.
The ending.
The ending.
For me, it was the first time I was on the show and Rikers dropped the F-bomb.
Oh.
Yeah, that happened every once in a great while. We've got pretty good at practicing not to do that. Again,
What?
really, the dark alley guy?
God,
Nerve tonic?
I can see this, like, people starting to make a new character called the Dark Alley Guy.
Oh, gosh.
It's brilliant. Paul Andres says Winter's getting lost, and then he says I jumped down the cliff in Nukara following Winters. I'll just follow Winters. Where the hell is he going? He doesn't know.
Nightweb goes, hey, I just got the thought of Winters hoarding in an alley saying, hey man, you want some Armada? I got Fed, I got Cleons, and a few extra credits I'll get you for Engie too.
Uh, I'm still laughing at Paul's comment. That was brilliant. Mike Wetgen says, "You say part of the family, though I'll admit my tune has probably been kicked from the fleet, as it's been many years since I had a PC that could play, but I lurk on here." Mike, if you actually have been, removed for inactivity, you can totally rejoin and take up your old spot that you have. We actually put a mail out about this a long time ago, telling members, if you do take a hiatus away from the game and come back and you find that you've been removed, obviously due to inactivity, you can totally just rejoin, and as long as you know the fleet you're in, you can get back to exactly where you left off. You don't lose anything at all. So yeah, if you are able to get a PC to start playing again, you're always can rejoin and be part of the community again. We'd love to have you back, and thank you for tuning in as well. We really appreciate your support.
Sat around testing some Kitracell with friends.
No, I'm laughing at Paul again.
This is the drug party, guys.
I'm laughing at Paul again. He says, "You found that funny because you remember that one." I do. Yes, it's true. Yeah, no, there's definitely been some good and funny times on on this show.
What's your favorite moment?
It's a hard one to. I suppose I would have to say being awarded the Medal of Honor on air. I think that's what I would have to pick. Because I had no clue what the hell was going on. I was like, "Do you mind? We're doing a show here," and I was just totally clueless.
You're ready to rip my head off then until you figured out what I was doing.
Right? Yeah, I was like, "This is so inappropriate. What the hell is going on?" And then I found out what was going on. I was like, "Oh, I see what you were doing." So yeah, that was kind of funny. Wow, somebody's got a powerful gravity well. That is awesome. And here comes the boss stage.
Oh, we almost lost the third spot too.
Haha. It was all over that like white on rice.
We have 10 minutes to destroy as many as possible.
Yeah, I like doing that too, Seal. Just getting on every week and joining you guys to do some really quick kills. Oh, it makes the game so much easier when you have like 30 plus people playing with you.
Oh yeah, for sure. I love it. I think it's fantastic. It's a regularly scheduled event, and there's always going to be a large number of people that are tuning in for it and taking part in the event, and it makes content easier,
It makes it more fun too, because then you get to socialize a little more as well.
Right, yeah.
You don't have to worry so much about the game because you got other people also doing the same thing, so they're all working together.
Yeah, indeed, yeah. I've been thinking about tonight's episode all week. I've been really excited for tonight's episode because you were coming on, Selleck, and was delighted to have you on. Yeah.
The planet killer has been destroyed.
It's very sweet, thank you.
And now that Winter said that, how are you enjoying your time on the show?
On his first show.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, it's pretty good so far.
Oh, darn. I was hoping for something worse.
All right.
Create some drama up in here.
One planet killer down, 2 to go, and we still got 8.5 minutes on the clock. I think we can do this.
We got this. We got this.
Excuse me. Oh.
But yeah, you folks better watch out because Selex slipped into your instance.
Did you? Good man.
I feel violated.
Don't worry, I'll probably end up rubber banding my way back to the last instance.
Well, at least it's not how it was before we started the show, where you and I are having problems staying connected.
I've been lucky enough to not be disconnected during the live stream, although it's been close a few times.
Yeah, it's actually said, I was like, oh, thank God.
Bubble is down. Go after the planet killer.
Ooh.
Yeah, I don't know how either, honest with. Too many characters. I don't know why I have them, but I have them, and I still get a kick out of all of them.
Killer has been destroyed.
It's funny making, or fun making characters, not funny, it's fun.
It's funny fun. Alright, looks like we got one more left to go.
Yep. Already en route, and it's about 50, it's 3/4 of the way there, so it might be done before we even get there. Yep, it's done. Awesome, well done guys, that was great work.
Does everybody remember what we got our last numbers for the last round?
246, 246 I think?
7.
247 was it? No, I think it was 46.
Just 7.
Just 7.
Just 7.
All ships return to the staging
Alright, see if we
area.
can beat our record
must
here,
prepare
guys.
for the bomb.
So while I wasn't sleeping last night, I decided to revisit some of Voyager, and I ended up watching Critical Care, the excellent EMH episode.
Good episode, yeah. Your TC is too low, huh? Yeah. Yeah, I like that episode. Good episode of Voyager. I liked how at the end he was doing a checkup on Seven, and he was like, "Do you mind doing a checkup on me? Is there something wrong with my ethical subroutines?" Because he was actually willing to essentially kill someone, and he was like, "Right, did something happen to my program that made me think it was ethical or okay to potentially kill somebody or cause harm on another?" Yeah, I really like that with that episode. It's a good one for sure.
Yeah, I'm really glad they had that scene at the end, because otherwise it was potentially some very dodgy actions that he undertook.
Oh,
And I
yeah.
think having the self-awareness of being like, I don't think that was ethical, is kind of all you need, really.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, completely agree. Yeah, you hit it right in the head. It's, do you know what it's like? Is you know the Deep Space Nine episode, In the Pale Moonlight, and how Cisco finishes up his log, and then the final words are, "Computer, erase that entire recording," and then it's just black screen. It's like, it was perfect. It was the best way they could have finished that episode. Just, this is a secret I can never talk about ever again. Yeah, and it was just the perfect way to end the episode. I know it was kind of the same as well in terms of ethics, because, he had just committed murder, or was a party to murder.
Accessory, yeah.
Yeah.
The needs of the many outweigh the needs of the few.
Right, yeah. Man, I love that. It's like my favorite episode of any Star Trek is that one. It's just so good. I love it.
Some excellent performances.
Oh, yeah.
I'm really hoping that since, the whole CBS Viacom merger, now that the company's all under one roof, they've been talking about a lot of plans to bring in more Star Trek shows and whatnot.
but I still would love to see an HD version of DS9. That's probably one of my favorite episodes ever. Came from Deep Space Nine.
It's unlikely to happen, though. It's so much harder for them to remaster DS9 than it was for the next generation.
Well, they actually said they'll be able to pull it off now. It's just a matter of time and if the company's willing to spend the money on it. And since we got a person that's pro Star Trek now that is running the company, maybe there'd be a shot.
The main problem with it, though, is that the remastering of the next generation did not do very well financially for them.
Yeah, that was the big issue when it was under CBS only.
That, and of course, Deep Space Nine kind of championed the switch over to CGI, which means that for like the last half of the show, if you want to remaster it, you are basically having to do all of that special effects work from scratch.
Right.
Well, and some of them say they're going to actually, some of the new advantages that are out in technology stage, just to use machine AI learning. And they were showing some clips of how that would convert things up. You couldn't tell almost the difference. It's just very, very minute, but they got it up to 1080p. It looked great. Colors are crisp and clean, but it was only a scene, so I don't know how long that would take for an AI to try to reproduce all that at the right settings.
Yeah, it's very fascinating technology, but the results are never going to be perfect because they will always be interpretive. Because they're not actually using, a higher res model of the Defiant, when they up-res the Defiant, it's guessing at what details are there. And the issue with that is, if you know those details, like in the case of the Defiant, there are times when we see much closer up. We know what the hull looks like on the Defiant. The problem with machine learning is it doesn't know that. It does its calculations on a sort of a scene-by-scene basis. And so it's
the good thing about the Defiant though is that they already have a digital rendering of it, and that came from First Contact, so they kept that in there. So if they ever wanted to pull that out, they could. No, they
wasn't the CGI model of the Defiant in First Contact from DS9.
No, not that I'm aware of. ILM redid them. Because I think that was the only time that ILM, or was it the only time or the second time that they helped with the Star Trek movie, and then they went to these third-party companies afterwards.
ILM did like nearly every Star Trek movie, other than Star Trek V.
No, they switched over. It was a company in Santa Barbara or something like that. I forget what their name was, because it was cheaper.
They didn't do anything other than the Next Generation show, but they did nearly every Star Trek movie. I think 1 through 10 is pretty much all ILM, apart from Star Trek V, where they decided to cut costs. I may be wrong in that, but I'm almost certain they did most Star Trek movies.
I honestly don't know. I honestly don't know, so I couldn't tell you anything intelligent about any of it. But you were going to say there, Selleck?
Just ultimately that's... Yeah, the big problem with DS9 Remaster is you'd have to do so much of it from scratch that... Or use machine learning, which has its own sort of, quandaries. I did watch, a few months ago, somebody had done, using machine learning, an entire episode of Voyager into, I think, 1080, and it's really impressive. It did a fantastic job throughout the entire episode. For me, it only really fell down noticeably when they were using the displays. Because obviously in the shows, they're pointing a camera at, a CRT display that's got graphics on, and the machine learning was very much confused by that, and it did not look good.
All right. Well, we beat our score 264.
Nice work.
Yeah, well done, everyone. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was just looking into this right now. It looks like ILM helped with 3 Star Trek movies. 5 was not one of them. Actually, the motion picture had another company that was helping out too, which was Robert Belli and Associates. They did that. And they also were considered to be dropped from Star Trek 6 due to cost. Yeah, there's a whole wiki on it, on Star Trek Wiki, about ILM and their interest in helping out with the shows.
Sorry, go on, Selleck.
I was going to say, because they did the beautiful work on the Enterprise D model for the Next Generation.
Yeah, they do a lot of model work, but I don't know if they actually did the CGI, you know what I mean?
Oh, no, I didn't mean the CGI. I meant they did most of the special effects for the early Trek films and series, or Next Gen and a lot of the films.
Okay, let's announce the winner of our last giveaway. This was, again, for 5 Lockbox Master Keys, very generously donated to us by Captain Raybosh Borg. Thank you once again. And the lines are now closed. So let's roll the dice and see. The winner is Twitch viewer Moto Torgo, I think. Sorry, I'm butchering your name. Congratulations.
Congrats.
If you can please contact us, send a whisper to the Priority One Twitch channel, and let us know what your in-game @handle is. We will get that prize sent off to you at the end of the show. So, yeah, congrats again. Well done. Right, so I guess that wraps up episode 133 of the Priority One Republic live stream. But before we go, here's a glimpse at next week's show. Kat will be in the chair hosting next week's show with Panda and Zianto. As with every show, we will be talking about the latest news from Star Trek Online and the Priority One Armada community. Plus, we will be teaming up with you in another Adventure Zone to earn more marks and dilithium.
The Priority One Republic wants to hear from you in-game, so join us on our Priority One chat channel by typing in the chat box /channel_join space Priority One, all one word, and hit that enter key. And if you'd like to become a part of a greater Priority One community, then why don't you head on over to PriorityOneArmada.com and sign up today. We have multiple Federation and KDF fleets you can start your career with, and I just think I butchered that whole thing. So let's try this again. We have multiple Federation and KDF fleets for you to start your career in the Priority One Republic.
This episode of Priority One Republic Live is brought to you by our community patrons through patreon.com. Find out about the thank you packages we offer for each tier and add your support at patreon.com/Priority One Armada. It is your support that keeps us going.
And speaking of Patreon, we want to send a special thanks to our Patreon supporters like Wiley Coyote, Teacher Guy, Flexton, Tazan, Zorian, Nick W, 4, BF Film Fan, Salaknar, and our new patron, Xander Hayden. Thank you so much. We really appreciate your support.
And don't miss a thing in the world of Star Trek. Catch all of the latest news regarding the Star Trek multiverse on Priority One, a Roddenberry Star Trek podcast. Get a new episode every Friday by pointing your favorite podcast app to feeds.PriorityOnePodcast.com.
And if you want to be notified of our next live stream, then follow our various channels on Twitch, Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. You never know when we will have another giveaway. Before we go, I would like to say thanks to our artist, Jason Smith. Thanks to our social media manager, Mark Pullman, with assistance from Sean Babbitt. I would also like to say a very special thank you to my co-hosts, Rikers and Selleck, for joining me this week. And finally, of course, a big thanks to you guys, the viewers, because without you, none of this would be possible. So until next week, may the elements watch over you, and live long and prosper. Joel on True, folks. Say goodbye, guys.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you guys next week.